Great aunt. How are you, son?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, and I've learned how to hear.
Well, good. Oh,
Lots of benefits.
the volume button.
Uh, I just had to call y'all and tell you the lady came today. She called me at 9:30 yesterday morning, but she told me she's bringing me something this morning. Brought me a piece of Charlotte's pie. Have you got a minute, son?
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't even ask you that.
No, I'm good. And Mama just got off work too, so she's about to pick up.
I was waiting for 7. Yeah, and I've never seen people that happy. They had a good time, and if she got sick, I can't find it.
And if she got what?
Sick?
I said, if she got sick, I don't see it.
Oh.
Didn't somebody say she got sick?
Well,
yeah,
after she ate, her stomach was upset.
Hey, darling, Charlotte.
Yeah, hey.
And you know, when I talked with y'all the other day, and you said Mark got the card, I didn't answer you. But yesterday they came, and they was the cutest cards I ever saw. Thank y'all. Well, I've got them on my table where everybody comes in can hear them and look at them. Well, how are y'all feeling?
Fine.
Good.
Who did you get the report from, Letty?
Yeah. 9:30 yesterday morning. See, and I said, where are you? I let on like I didn't know. I'm home, just as happy as a lark. I'm washing up my clothes. Just on and on about what a good time they had.
Well, they did, and we did too.
Yes, really a good time.
She said she never saw people laugh like Mike and Jerry, and told all of that, and yeah, and what a wonderful, but she's afraid they tired y'all out.
No,
we enjoyed every minute.
And Jerry told Kathy, I haven't talked with him, that it was the most wonderful meal. So I just think y'all spent the weekend making people happy.
Well, and us too.
Good.
Well, I'm glad. I am so glad that they got to come.
Yeah, and I made...
So what was funny, Charlotte?
What?
And after y'all said she got sick, I decided, well, I ain't going to laugh. What was funny was the motel.
Yeah.
Listen, and I had to listen to it again today, about Mary Ruth going up there at 5:30 and saying, I got to pee.
Well, when we first heard the report, it was Mary Ruth had to show her ass.
Proud of Mary Ruth.
Yeah.
Just as proud of Mary. Don't you believe her? But anyway, and they're supposed to get in the stairwell.
Yeah.
They're in the bathroom. But, you know, I understand why they didn't let them in. They didn't have a reservation.
Well, Mary Ruth said they did.
Well, honey, it was for Friday, which had been checked out about 1, wasn't it? Or 12?
Yes, ma'am.
And see, that was it, Charlotte.
Oh.
And here they are at 3 in the morning.
When it's still technically the previous day in a hotel
that's
time.
Right. And when they told her, said, it's not Friday, Mary Ruth jumped on her and said, it is Friday.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning Friday.
So anyway, it's always going to be hilarious. But I did want to tell y'all what wonderful time they had, and I'm sort of jealous, but
well,
anyway, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I don't know of anybody I'd have rather enjoyed it than Letty and Jerry. But now,
I'm glad to hear that he had a good time.
Oh, he did. And like I said, I haven't talked to him. He normally don't call me except on Sunday afternoon. But see, he called me from y'all's house.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard from him anymore, but Kathy was telling me that he said it was a wonderful meal, and that he's telling her about it. So I'll hear about it Sunday.
Yeah, and I made him a copy of the CD I sent you.
Letty told me. And she said he laughed something about the cat. Did you show that?
The video, yeah, all the old videos.
Yeah, okay. Well, she said she never heard him laugh like that. But another thing I wanted to tell y'all Charlotte, don't it make a difference since I've learned how to turn this phone up?
Yes, it does.
I apologize for all the years of torture. Have you heard from Cyrus tonight?
No, I mean to call him. Thank you for...
I'll beat you to the draw. Letty couldn't wait for they were to go to the doctor and come back by Letty's and get whatever you sent him.
Yeah.
And so they did, and Letty called me. Oh, gee, it must have been 5:30. And said, well, they just came by and said, you wanted to know. Said they did the ultrasound and said they didn't see any blockage. And said he has a fast heart rate. And I said, well, did you tell him? It seemed like most of the family does. And she said, I sure did.
Daddy does, and so do I.
Uh-huh. And all of Essie's family. They're all on medication. Heart race.
Yeah.
So I don't think that... But, you know, he called me a day or two ago and telling me about his visit. Well, he wanted us to go to Toby's for a fish fry.
Yeah.
Their anniversary and birthdays and all of that. And he told me, he said, I was in that doctor's office and said they handed me something to sign, wanted me to take an ultrasound and handed me something to sign. And I read it, and it said if Medicare didn't pay for this, I would. And said, I just got up and walked out and said, Pat was so mad at me. And I said, son, well, let me tell you this. I think that's for people that want to test every day. I said, now, you've not had an ultrasound. Medicare is going to pay for yours. I guess if it don't.
Well, he goes to the VA.
Huh?
He goes...
Well, they still collect from... They use...
Yeah, but he won't... He can get free at the VA, but he won't go. He said it's an all-day ordeal.
It is. Me and Jean used to sit there and got good care, but we paid our dues.
Yeah.
But anyway, I said, son, well, I didn't know where he's having this ultrasound. I said, son, that is for people. I said, we have people that won't test every day. And I said, some of them will want ultrasounds 2 or 3 times a year. And I said, I think what they're saying is they'll only do that. I said, you haven't had one. So I feel sure they'll pay for yours. So I didn't hear from him anymore, but I guess he got it today.
Well, I think he's just got Medicare A. He doesn't have the B. So
Medicare A?
A is inpatient.
Yeah. You don't have B?
No, I don't. Neither does Pat. They pay what's left after Medicare pays.
Well, I sure led him down the wrong. I thought they had the same thing I had.
Well, it'll be all right as long as the diagnosis that the doctor gave for the order covers the test, then Medicare will pay for it. And that paper that he had to sign they make everybody sign.
That's a standard form.
The standard?
Yes.
I have to sign it, but I don't have to pay.
Right, I don't either.
That's for people that, like I said, x-rays all the time.
I have to do that as part of my job to make sure the computer generates that form for everybody that's having an outpatient diagnostic test.
Well, I was just delighted when Letty called me a while ago to tell me that we've got that so far, and she said, I guess that's all the report that he has.
Yeah, well,
That's a good report.
We'll call him.
I wish you would. Well,
But
I thought it was a good report, Mark.
Yeah.
But
we all had such a wonderful time.
You know, in all of the hullabaloo, I said, and me not ever being able to hear y'all and didn't know how to use this telephone, I forgot to ask, or if you told me anything about Michael's visit. Did y'all have fun?
Oh, we thoroughly enjoyed him. He brought some clean crawfish tails and on the plane with him, frozen, and he made us a big thing of crawfish etouffee.
Oh, and I bet he can do that.
Yeah, he's a good cook.
Where he was raised.
Yeah, Lafayette. But we really had a good time. I asked him to put new strings on my guitar, and he him and Mark went downtown and to a guitar shop, and he put new strings and cleaned it. I mean, I've had it since about 74, and it's just been shuffled around, no case or nothing, and he cleaned it real good with lemon oil and.
Well, Charlotte, you'll enjoy that.
Yeah, but he had a good time, and so did we.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm so
And
glad.
he wanted put all of the songs I'd written on a CD for him. He said he wanted all of them, so I did. It was about 80 songs.
Because they're beautiful. And that's what I said. I don't know why we can't get you on, taped or recorded.
Well, I've given up on all that. Bibbie is just a bunch of fooling with a bunch of bull BS, and I got tired of all that.
I do. I can't stand it. But if it fell into now, Mark and Michael might could do something about that.
No, nobody can really, and I don't care anymore.
You know what, Jerry? He said that it wasn't he said it was all turned over to lawyers, not musicians. Now he's told me that over and over. You know what I'm saying? People in New York started running the studios. Yeah,
but I don't have the energy or the patience to fool with it.
Okay.
And I made Letty, of course, a copy of y'all playing, and then the 3 that I sent that I wrote, but then she wanted some more added. I think she's got about 8 on hers.
Well, she told me when I played that for her, she said, I wish she'd make me one.
Well, I made her a set, so she went home with that one, and I made one of the song I wrote about Laird's horse, and Laird had told me several months back, I said, did you ever hear the song I wrote about your horse? And he said, no. He said, I'd like to hear it. So I told him I'd send a copy. So I sent that with Letty, and she gave it to Cyrus. So
Laird was going down there tonight.
Okay.
Down to Cyrus.
Well, we're going to call him, but I am so glad Letty had a good report from Nashville.
Oh, I'm never. She didn't mention being sick to me.
Well, her back bothered her a lot, but I have.
Too.
Yeah.
We're there, Charlotte. But she wouldn't have missed that trip for nothing, even with the dreary end.
Yeah, they hit a storm. They drove up in a storm so hard, the rain, it was so hard they couldn't see. And then they went through another hard driving rain before they got out of Tennessee, that cars were running off the road.
And she said the wind was swerving them.
Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't happen to anybody else but Lydia and Mary Ruth and Mike. But anyway,
no.
I'm so glad they made it home. And all of them just as happy as they can be.
Yeah, when Mike sent an email, Mary Ruth's Mike sent an email and said how much they thanked us for the good food and hospitality and laughs.
And that's unusual for Mike.
Well, I thought he was going to laugh himself.
Well, that's what Letty said.
But the thing that they latched on to was, that video about Moni and the insurance man.
That's what Letty said.
She said that all night when they went back to the hotel, that last night, all night is all she heard. You want to do it? And it'd fall out laughing. And so they'll just be talking, and they'll say, you want to do it?
Did Jerry hear that one?
Yeah, Jerry watched all of them. I think Jerry laughed the hardest about Sister Shoney's story about looking over in that booth, and that man had on the short shorts and his testicles were hanging out.
Now, who was telling that?
Sister. I think that was on your. I don't know if that was on your video or not. That's. I don't know.
I do not know. Well, you know, I forget from day to day. But anyway, I will go back and see.
She said.
All of them.
I thought we sent you a tape with all that on there.
You know, you did.
They were at Shoney's, and she said they'd gone through the buffet thing, and Teen had his plate all fixed just like he wanted it, and she had a big glass of water, and they had sat down to eat, and she was sitting across from Teen, and she just glanced over in the booth beside them, and there was these young men over there, and one of them had on short shorts and no underwear, and said his very testicles were hanging out, and I screamed and threw my hands up and threw my water all over Teen, in his face and on his plate, and he said, "What in the hell's the matter with you?" And she said, "That man over there, his testicles are hanging out." So, but Jerry laughed the most on that, I think. And
I want you to know how I appreciate that. That man sitting up there. In fact, his children's even worried about him. He don't do anything. He goes to, if they invite him to their house, that's it. But I was so proud y'all did that.
yeah, well,
And I thank you. Y'all are my buddies.
well, we all had a good time, and I don't know who enjoyed it more, me and Mark, or
Of the people that came, I'd rather those three.
yeah,
Anybody I know.
yeah.
And I mean that.
And Letty, on Saturday, Mark and Mary Ruth and Mike went off somewhere. They were looking for a guitar strap for Anna.
She told me that Mark took us around.
But me and Letty got to sit here by ourselves for a few hours and visit.
What she wanted.
Yeah. Because, you know, when we come to Shreveport, you can't really visit with
No,
anybody.
that's what you told me. There is no visiting at no reunion.
No. That's why I quit
And to
going.
be truthful with you, that's why Jared don't like it.
Yeah.
See, there is no one-on-one.
No. Mm-mm.
It's just a thick haze when it's all over.
Yeah. And everybody's tired, and
Oh, so exhausted.
but I'm glad Letty gave you a good report.
She did. A glowing report and a piece of your pie.
Really?
It's delicious. She brought me a slice of your pie. It is delicious. She looked at me and said, "It's thicker than mine." I didn't say a word. I said, "It's delicious." I was so tired. I had just come in from the store when she got here at 11:30. Did y'all know, though, that I am sick with that bronchitis or whatever?
Mm.
I coughed last night till I am so sore.
Mm.
And when I called the doctor to ask for help this evening, they made me come in.
Oh.
And I've had a shot of Celestone and give me a Z-Pack. But I have suffered with coughing. I don't feel all that bad, but a cough till I take a severe headache.
Yeah, it hurts.
And see, this is Newport of it. I don't know about up there. One woman come in for Brookshire's with her 2 children, and she said one of them had 5 prescriptions and one 4. And I thought, my Lord. And she said the boy, about 10, coughs till he vomits. Said he takes a spell about 4 times a day. And said he just has to go outside because he throws up. And I said, I don't want to go into that much. Well, I thought I better get help today.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
I did. I thought, and I've had a lot of company, you know, and a lot of celebrating Easter and
Birthday.
birthday, all of it together, and you wouldn't have taken anything for a minute of it, but I'm tired.
Yes.
So I said, well, I'm not going back and lie down till I call those folks and tell them what a happy group they turn loose.
Okay.
And I love y'all.
I love you too,
Thank
baby.
you for my But I'm so glad they came out with those.
Yeah.
I love them. When I opened the first one, I thought it was her little, what you call it, cell phone. And it was my own music.
Yeah.
Well, I love you.
Love you too. Bye.